For this week's challenge, you're gonna do 7 days, not 5, 7. We're gonna do a kickstand squat. It's supposed to be easier on your knees, so give it a try, and give it a try a couple of times, because I'm gonna show you at least 2 different ways to do it that I found one was more comfortable for me. But you gotta get it down right. Or if squats aren't good for you, I'm gonna show you how to use a step. You can do step ups. And if your stairs are too easy and you go a little bit higher to a step stool, if that's too easy, you can go to a chair. If you're gonna use a chair though, I would put the chair against the wall so it doesn't move. If you have a bench, you can always use your bench. Just be smart about what apparatus you're using and make sure you put it up against something solid if it's not very sturdy and it's movable. We're also gonna do full body push-ups. I like those a lot easier, and I hear you over there already saying, I'm not doing any push-ups, but guess what? I got some that are a little bit easier. We're gonna go for 25 to 50 push-ups, but if you're just starting to do push-ups, don't forget you can do them in increments throughout the day. So like if you work at home, you can do them periodically. You can break them up into little chunks. If you don't work at home, you can always do them off the bathroom sink, off your desk, off of whatever. Anything goes. And I'm also going to show you how to do it off your couch, or a full bodied one on the floor is where I was going with that. So let's get the push-ups over with first. So the ones everybody hate is completely on the floor, but not the full bodied one. You have a couch, ottoman, desk, whichever. You want to go in a plank. So you need to feel for your plank. You want to be in a complete diagonal, and you want your hands out pretty wide. You don't want to use your energy going down and coming up, because you'd get more push-ups in it if you just use your energy coming up. So we're going to do the stop and drop. So even here, it's a shoulder roll and an inhale. Hiss it out. You should be able to hit your stomach and still feel it hard, but you're still talking. And the whole reason we hiss it out is because I credit this to Megan Squats, where she teaches that, and it actually keeps your abs in and it keeps your abs tighter. It's like putting food in a plastic bag and sucking out all the air. That's what it feels like when it goes in. So when you take your inhale, everything expands, and then I put my hand on my belly because you can feel it go in. When you have absolutely no air left, it's when you lock it, and then you get into place. You're here, your shoulders are away from your ears, your butt's not down here, that's gonna be a back pain. You can start up here if it's easier, but you wanna be plank straight. So inhale, push from your armpits, because that's where your chest muscles start from. Drop, stop, push up. You don't want your head to go first. You don't want your head up here. You want it right in line with your spine. So if you notice right now, I'm in a complete straight line, and there's your push-up. If you'd like to go the other route, and I find this one a little bit easier, it's a full body push-up, but you go all the way down to the ground. So you're here on your toes, and don't forget, wider feet give you more balance. When you're ready to make it harder, you can put your feet together. You can do this on your knees. If your wrists are not liking it, make sure you have the right ring on your finger, or turn your ring around. You can always go on your fists like a gorilla does. So it's still a shoulder roll. Lock it in. Hands go down from where your shoulders are at. That's a starting point. Wide toes. Inhale down. Exhale up. And at first, if you're going like this, go down to your knees and push. And give yourself some credit. Do as many as you can, but as soon as you start to feel them be sloppy, I would stop. It's better to do less the right way instead of get them all done now and do some the wrong way, because then you're gonna end up with some kind of impingement, a muscle strain, something of that nature. So now on to the squats. For the kickstand squat, if you look at my feet, I'll go this way, I'll turn around. So one foot, you're always hip width apart. Drag one foot back, and it'll be right about where the heel is of the other foot, maybe a little bit further behind. Not quite as where it is, so if you're going to lunge, you step a lot back. Here, it's just right here, kickstand, and you're not putting any weight on it. All the weight is going to be in the heel of the standing leg. It's going to be easier on your knees, and it's going to work your glutes and your knees quite a bit more, but it won't hurt your knees, but you'll feel wobbly in there because, again, it's a different kind of squat. So roll it up. Lock it in, and yes, we do this before every move. Why? Your abs, when you pull them in the way we just did, it takes and wraps around your spine back here so that your spine is not getting hurt when you're bending over or doing any exercise. And little tip, when your abs are in, that means you're getting an ab workout in there. So be proud in the fact that you're doing an inhale, exhale, letting it all out, and locking it in, because when your abs are locked, they're working. If you do it for more than a minute, they're kind of not working anymore. They shut off somewhere at a minute or maybe a little bit more. So you never just want to walk around with them totally hip put in, because crampage, that's all I have to say. So one foot goes back and you're just on the toes. So you're not totally on your toes like you are with a lunge. You're just lightly on your toes and your butt still goes back. So, and here's another thing, you want to watch your back, because a lot of people are right here, and that's called an anterior tilt. So if you have a mirror, or turn your phone on and record yourself, if you see a dip in your back here, you always want to take your hips and put them, squeeze your cheeks and put them right back under your rib cage. So your rib cage and your hips should be in the same line. Your butt shouldn't be out anymore. So keeping just a little bit of weight in the foot right here, no curvature here, shoulders are back. You're gonna squat, so you're gonna aim for your couch, and here, we'll use the bench. You'll kind of aim for the couch. You're not gonna sit on it, but tap it and come up. And I like to pick up my foot. That's the kickstand piece. It reminds me not to put a lot of weight on it. But I don't pick it up. I just leave it where it is, and it just comes lightly off the ground. You're putting all the weight in the heel of this foot, and you should feel it in your glutes and your hamstrings back here also. But you'll also start feeling it right in and around your knees. And you want to build the muscle around your knees. Let's switch feet, because then it'll make your walking, your balance, and all of that stronger the stronger your knees are. And always remember, weak glutes gives you a weak everything. Weak knees, weak ankles, weak feet. So inhale here, exhale, push through your foot. Abs are still in. If that doesn't do you any good, because maybe you don't like that squat, you can do one of these. It's called a step up. It seems easy, but you're not putting both feet on. So, almost the same concept. Your leg goes up on the bench. All you're gonna do is push from this foot, not this foot. Roll it up. Hang it tight. Take your inhale. Push from your heel. Up. Inhale. Up. Tap. Pause. Down. down, through the heels, squeeze butt, push. There's your butt workout right there. Push, push, and then you squeeze feet. Always leave the pause and pause. If you take the foot that's down and like don't bend the toes when you come up, because then that's how you get leverage. Keep your foot stiff so it stays flat. That makes you use your leg. You'll feel it here, and if you're squeezing your glutes right, you'll feel it right there. And if you want a bonus, because we all need good glutes, and I did leave this here because if that bench gets to be a little bit too easy and you have, if the stool gets a little too easy, and you have a bench, you can always step on the bench, bring it up and down, up, whoop, and down. Switch feet, push through the heel, and down. Your shoulders are down, abs are tucked. See, I lost my balance, so I put my foot on top. It's okay. Pause, woo. Okay, you saw that, and let me tell you why you saw that. I have also learned too, from my friend at Squat University, when you have bunions or any kind of toe deformity, like if your toes are overlapped, that's where a lot of your balance is right there. So your bunion is when your toes are curved over, your big toes curved over. You start to lose balance in there. When you're doing exercises like these, you can always put toe spacers on. I've done that before. They kind of push my toes out a little too far, so I'm not too comfortable with those, but it does help, and I can say that. But I do use a one toe separator since all my toes, most of my toes are okay. It's just a big one where you have the one where it keeps the two spread apart. That's pretty much all I need, but I haven't put it on in a little while. So there's those two. And this is what I was going to show you. To keep your glutes on target, because you need strong butt muscles to stay healthy and independent, you can use your couch, you can use your ottoman, you can use anything that's kind of close to the ground like that. You want to hook the bottom of your shoulder blades. So if you don't quite know where they are, push your shoulders back and feel for the bottom of it. And that's when you go to slide down on the bench, put your shoulders back and you kind of feel it hook. So shoulder roll, inhale, exhale out. Lock it in, slide on down, shoulder blades out, right there, they're hooked on. So now you want to tabletop it, and here your chin is going to stay at your chest because we're working glutes. Legs are hip width apart, abs are locked in. Take your inhale, bring it down, exhale, squeeze your butt, and pick it up. Inhale down, exhale, squeeze. In. And yes, we hiss at these too. It keeps your abs tight. And when those get easy, you have two options. If you have weight plates, books, anything that's heavy, you can put it on your lap right here, and you can even hold it because you have your shoulder blades hooked right here, and you're pushing up and you can hold whatever you have on your lap right there, or you can single leg it. Here, you don't want to go all the way up here, because here, if you notice, you'll have a curve in your back. That's going to hurt, even though you have your abs on and they're wrapped around. All you need is to look like a table. And again, sometimes you can even pinch hard enough to push all the way up. Put your phone on and record it. Sooner or later, muscle memory kicks in, and your body knows where it goes. Right there. That's our challenge for this week. If you have exercises you want to see For the next challenge, which I think we're gonna keep this one for more than a week. Maybe we'll do it for like 2 or 3 weeks. But I'll give you other tips on other exercises. I'm gonna try to put out a video every week or every 2 weeks. Let me know what you wanna see. If you wanna see a full workout, we could do a full 30, 45-minute workout. I am gonna post separate videos on a warm up and a cool down. If you have anything you'd like to add to those, we can definitely put those in. Send me those on Facebook and I'll be happy to accommodate and give you what you need. If you ever wanna come in studio, I'm at 6690 Pearl Road in Parma Heights, right across the street from Cold Brew, and right next to me is Rockport Bridal. We look forward to seeing you next time. Have an epic week. And get all of those in. 25 push-ups, 75 to 100 squats. If you're a beginner, space them out and get what you can. Let me know what you got on your first try and how it went. If you feel any kind of weirdness, let me know. We can always go over it. Have a good one.